Hello everyone. In this video, we will be taking a look at problems on single phase full wave control rectifiers. Let us look at the first problem that we have. For a single phase fully controlled bridge converter having an R load, determine the average output voltage when the supply voltage is 230 volt 50 Hz and the firing angle is 60 degree. This is what they have given, isn't it? Now let us make a note of what is the data that they have given. So they have mentioned this is a single phase fully controlled rectifier with an R load. So first important observation is it is with an R load. And they've given the supply voltage, that is supply voltage is equal to 230 volt and the frequency is 50 Hertz. And they've also given the firing angle alpha to be equal to 60 degrees. Now what are they asking us to find? They're asking us to find the average value of output voltage. So we know we have derived the expression for average value of output voltage in the previous cases, isn't it? So the Vout average for a single phase full wave control rectifier with R load is given by Vm by pi into 1 plus cos alpha. So over here, Vm is nothing but the peak value. So a lot of students make a mistake over here, taking Vm as directly to be equal to 230 volt. So that is not how we are supposed to take it. We have to consider the peak value, that is 230 into root 2. That will give us the Vm value divided by pi into 1 plus cos 60 degrees. Substituting and solving, we will be getting Vout average to be equal to 155.3 volt. So I hope this problem is clear to you. Let's move on to the next question that we have. The next numerical states a single phase fully controlled bridge rectifier is fed from a 230 volt 50 Hz supply. The load is highly inductive. Find the average load voltage and current if the load resistance is 10 ohm and the firing angle is 45 degrees. So again, in this case, what we will be doing is we will make a note of whatever data is given at the first place. So according to the given data, it is specified that the supply voltage is 230 volt, 50 hertz. The load is highly inductive. So when they say the load is highly inductive, what they mean is that it is acting in continuous conduction mode. And they've also given the resistor value. That means this circuit basically contains RL load in continuous conduction mode. So we have seen the operation in continuous conduction mode, isn't it? So the same expression that was derived over there should be considered for finding out the result in this case. What is that we have to find out? We have to find out the average output, average load voltage and the average current at the load. That is basically the average output voltage value they have asked. So Vout average, we know from the definition or from the derivation that we have already considered. So for an RL load operating in continuous mode, Vout average is given by 2 Vm by pi into cos alpha, isn't it? So we will be getting Vout average to be equal to substituting 2 into root 2 times Vm, that is root 2 into 230 divided by pi into cos of 45 degrees. So we will be getting Vout average to be equal to 146.42 volts. Now what is the value of IOT average? They've also asked us to find the IOT average, isn't it? IOT average is nothing but Vout average by R, isn't it? So substituting, you will be getting IOT average to be equal to 14.64, as they've given R value to be equal to 10 ohms. So this is 14.64 amps. Look at problem number 3. A single phase full wave bridge rectifier supplying the power to an RLE load. Basically they have given us the value of RL and E. The supply voltage is 200 volt 50 Hz at a firing angle of 60 degree. Determine the average output voltage and current, RMS value of fundamental source current, the displacement angle, input power factor, circuit turn off time. So again, in this case, let us consider the given data. That is, they've given this as to be equal to an RLE load, isn't it? So they've given this as RLE load. They've given us the supply voltage, the firing angle alpha, as well as the RLE values. So they're asking us to find the average output voltage and current. So we know that average output voltage is given by 2 Vm by pi into cos alpha. We are assuming this as operating in continuous conduction mode because they have not given any specific data related to that, isn't it? That is why we are assuming this. So when we are substituting, V out is equal to 2 into Vm is root 2 times 200 divided by pi into cos of 60 degrees. You will be getting V out to be equal to 90 volt, isn't it? Now what is the value of I out? So we know that it is an RLE load. So V out is given as E plus I out into R, isn't it? So what is the value of I out we have from this equation? This is based on the KVL that we are applying. So I out will be equal to V out minus E by R. So what is the value of V out? So V out is nothing but 90 minus E, that is 50, that is 40 by R, 40 by 5. You will be getting it to be equal to 8 amps. So the first portion of the problem is solved. We have found out the average output voltage and current. Now the second portion is the RMS value of, what is the RMS value of fundamental component of source current. So we have seen this in the Fourier analysis, and the formula is given as 2 root 2 by pi into I out, isn't it? So IS1, we know the value of I out. So substituting this, you will be getting 7.2 amps. And that is why I mentioned in the previous videos that the Fourier analysis is very important because we will get a lot of problems related to that. So now let's look at the third important one that we have to find out is the displacement angle. So the displacement angle, again this we had seen in the Fourier analysis, and the formula for that is displacement angle is given by cos alpha. What is cos alpha? Cos 60 degree is nothing but zero point 0.5, isn't it? The fourth bit in this is the input power factor. Again, we had seen this in the Fourier analysis. The input power factor is given as 0.9 times cos alpha. So substituting, you will be getting 0.45 lagging. So you'll have to always mention whether it is lagging or leading when we are finding the power factor. We are mentioning lagging because current is lagging behind the voltage. The fifth important one that we have to find out here is the circuit turn-off time TC. This is given as pi minus alpha by omega. This we have seen during the analysis of the rectifier circuits, isn't it? So pi minus 60 degree, pi in the sense we have to take 180 degree and then multiply this into pi by 180. So basically you have to convert this into radians when you are using this in a calculator. So omega is nothing but 2 pi f. So f they have given us to be equal to 50 hertz. So substituting, you will be getting TC to be equal to 6.66 milliseconds. I hope you were able to understand how to solve this problem. Now let's take a look at problem number 4. They have given for a single phase full wave control rectifier with RE load, find the average output current. The SCRs are triggered at 30 degree through a 100 ohm load and E to be equal to 50 volt. The source voltage applied is 220 volt 50 hertz. So they have themselves specified that it is for an RE load, isn't it? So let us consider the data that is given for RE load. We have not seen any specific conditions on how this operates with RE load, but we have seen with respect to RLE load, right? So it is quite simple to analyze RE load as well, but I will only look at the output expressions in this case, but I will not go in detail with respect to the analysis point of view. since we are only solving the numerical over here. So what is the output current, average output current? For that we need to find out the average output voltage, and it is given by the formula Vm by pi into 1 plus cos alpha. So we know that Vm is given as 220, that is the supply voltage, into root 2 divided by pi into 1 plus cos 30 degrees, as the firing angle is 30 degrees. So you will be getting Vout average to be equal to 184.8 volt. Now how do we find the value of Iout? So applying KVL at the output terminals with an RE load, you will be getting Vout is equal to Iout into R plus E, isn't it? So Vout, we know the value of Vout, so substituting, you will be getting the value of Iout. In this case, let me erase this. So you will be getting the value of Iout to be equal to 184.8 minus 50. The value of R is nothing but 100. So simplifying this, you will be getting Iout to be equal to 1.348 amps. So this is how you find the average output current for an RE load configuration for a single full wave single phase control rectifier. I hope this point is clear. Now let's take a look at problem number 5. For a single phase full wave control rectifier operated from a 120 volt 60 Hz supply and for a firing angle of 60 degree, determine harmonic factor, displacement factor and power factor. So they've asked us to find three different things. So we have seen previously something called total harmonic distortion, isn't it? Total harmonic distortion and harmonic factor are both one and the same, and for a single phase full wave control rectifier it is equal to 48.43%. We had seen this derivation previously on how we got this number, isn't it? It is a fixed value, and if someone asks you what is the harmonic factor for a full wave control rectifier, it is 48.43%. I hope this point is clear. So in case you want to understand how this is derived, please do watch the previous video. Now what is the displacement factor? The displacement factor is given as cos alpha, and cos 60 degree is nothing but 0.5, isn't it? So the displacement factor is 0.5. The third bit of the problem is the power factor. The power factor is given as zero point 0.9 times cos alpha. 0.9 into 0.5, cos alpha can be written as df, so 0.9 into 0.5 you will be getting 0.45 lagging, because the current is lagging behind the voltage, isn't it? That is the reason. So I hope you were able to understand all the problems that was solved in this particular video. I would recommend you to solve still a lot of problems and get familiarized with various types of numericals. In case you have any questions, feel free to reach out by typing your questions in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Thank you.